paused my music. Let us go.
I'm ready.
I've never been ready.
You better be.
Yeah, because never and always are the same thing. Haha.
Because time is an illusion.
Exactly.
Time is but a flat circle.
What if
It's
Oz is an
just
illusion?
droll and boring.
Time
Is what it is.
more like a big ball
Big
of like
ball of
yarn. Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff.
Oz is time. Wait.
What?
None of the
Wait, what?
above. I disagree.
So, where we last left off, you guys had been dealing with the fallout.
Time is
of-
like spandex.
It is. It is. It's stretchy, and it can fold over, and often it shows people things that they don't want to see. So, you folks had been previously dealing with the fallout of the attack on Hillsfar and the surrounding area by the Abolithic sovereignty, who had been attempting to abduct people in order to sacrifice them to the Attrapal, this
Undead
god baby, that they had been attempting to create, attempting to bring to fruition in order to use its power to overtake Azakil and AshWinter and everything else. This kind of ultimate weapon. Would it have worked? Not sure. Did it succeed? Obviously not. You guys annihilated the fuck out of the Abolithic sovereignty. Killed the eldest Aboleth, Sariel, and then destroyed the Atropol, and with it, the collapsing of energy, the sheer amount of force that was involved in that destruction, seemed to shake the foundations of the floating city of Aboleths itself, Zephu, and the city crumbled with you inside of it. You escaped the city, cannonballing another Aboleth on your way out, and just absolutely annihilating many of these aberrations who now are fleeing for their lives. Some of them, most of them, being directly tethered to the city as their means of staying on this plane, vanished. And with the defeat of Sariel and the annihilation of the Atropal and subsequently the city of Zafu, you solved the crisis. The attack on the Sea of Stars was halted thanks to your actions, and returning to Hillsfar and the surrounding kingdoms, you assisted them over the next couple of weeks in rebuilding, assassinating the mayor of Hillsfar, who led very poorly and obviously did not care for his subjects, and instead installing
a strong word.
Removed him from power. Happy?
Guided.
The Americans like to call it a peacekeeping mission. Thank you very
God damn
much.
it.
Ronald Reagan.
Keeping the peace from Hillsfar. We'll call it a guided vacation, extended vacation.
He's dead, so there is no vacation.
That's why it's extended. You installed instead Eve's mother, Lenore, into the council seat of Hillsfar, the mayor's seat, and Lenore has been hard at work, deeply caring for her people. She grew up in Hillsfar, and she's been part of the Hillsfar community for upwards of 40, 50, 60 years, really. And that shows whenever somebody who is a part of the community becomes a leader of the community. It definitely shows. And so you watch as Hillsfar slowly starts to kind of come back together. Lenara going around and helping people who have died. It takes some time, and obviously not all wounds will heal, but eventually peace is restored. The surrounding kingdoms are taken care of for the most part. Hillsfar is taken care of. And eventually, things go back to somewhat normal. However, during this time, there are a number of events that do occur. Oz, you've been to Hillsfar a number of times at this point. And as you're looking out fondly, kind of on the docks at the water, this is a massive trade port, and you've been here before. You do remember the time that you came here with the old man. What was his name? Captain Krantz. Captain Krantz, the strange old guy who you had sailed with for some time. You had come to Hillsfar, and on asking about his whereabouts, you got curious. On asking about his whereabouts, you can't find him or any information on him. It's a real thinker. It's real strange. Nice, natural 20. Eve, I'm assuming, been assisting your mother and kind of setting up this relief fund, this massive relief fund for people that have lost belongings and properties and
Yes.
Stuff like that. I was gonna say need medical assistance, but medical assistance is free in Hillsfar, so
Yeah.
ultimately you setting up this fund has really helped. You've been kind of acting as a treasurer for the city in conjunction with the other treasurer, because there is a treasurer appointed by the city, but the more you work with them, the less you like them. They are greedy and stingy, and
He would probably, if at one point, like, this is my money, bitch. And that's your money. Fuck off. You want to talk
Yeah.
about greedy? I can get just as greedy.
And your mother has appointed you assistant treasurer, so at this point they don't have a lot of say in just like sending you out of the room because you actually have authority. And using some of this money, which Hillsfar has a lot of money. Yes, that is nepotism. It certainly is. But it sure fucking works here. So, but Hillsfar has a lot of money saved up. I mean, in enormous amounts, especially with the raised taxes. The treasury has grown considerably, and perhaps it is time to use some of that money to assist the people. And you do so. Spending time here in Hillsfar. What is your mission here in the aftermath of this calamity?
Well, as I said, the first part was to make sure that the folks who were impacted are taken care of
Okay.
emotionally. I also would like to just make sure that the Emerald Enclave is not torn to shreds by the
Catastrophe.
I can't say the
It's-
word for some reason.
It's okay. It happens to me a lot.
It's okay. It's hard for all of us to deal with.
Exactly. These are hard times.
I need to know. Yeah, I would just helping, helping with the emotional state of the city, but also making sure that the Emerald Enclave was safe and taken care of and whatnot.
The Enclave is doing well. And Ateri, the elf that kind of is not in charge of the Enclave, but acts as kind of like this informal leader.
The speaker of
the Enclave. That's a good word for him. Does assist you in kind of directing some of the Enclave's efforts. The Enclave was not hit very hard. They're very far away from the docks, and because they're back towards the kind of northwestern forest in Hillsfar. And so that's fairly far away. Like Hillsfar is over like a mile and a half across, so it's huge. And so they were not terribly impacted by this, and they have resources, and they have bodies they can put out there to help rebuild and stuff. And so spending some time, members of the Enclave do kind of follow you and Ateri into the city, especially after your display with the kind of peacekeeping between like Waterdeep and the Enclave. A lot of the members have come to really trust you and look up to you, and so they assist in various things such as rebuilding buildings, helping children. One of the main things that they do is assist with the sheer number of orphans that have just been created, because there are a lot. And you find some of the druids, the the children are young, and children are children, and they don't always understand the gravity of the world around them. And so some of the druids of the Enclave have now kind of created this small petting zoo of sorts where there are dogs and cats, and they are summoning them for the children to just kind of emotional support animals. And so a lot of the children are spending time there. There's food provided and stuff like that. Kind of like this makeshift orphanage, more or less, but with a petting zoo attached to it.
I'm just laughing at the fact that like an archdruid is like, I'm gonna make myself a lap dog as an emotional support animal.
Fucking conjure animals, polymorph, shapeshift, etc. Conjure animals, you can conjure 8 puppies.
Yeah,
That's a lot of puppies.
That's a lot of puppies.
Mm-hmm. And so they're kind of helping with that. That's kind of their main mission, along with rebuilding buildings, because the Enclave's fairly large. You guys have probably like at least 250 to 300 people in Hillsfar, and that's a lot of workers. And a lot of them have possessed druidic capabilities, and so you can do a lot with druid shit. So Lenara, you, I think, are going around kind of resurrecting people, healing the injured, and there are many injured that are not dead, but they do have serious, grievous injuries. And by this point, there are kind of coalitions from other temples that have been sent to Hillsfar to assist with the recovery. And so I imagine you're probably spending a lot of your time near the hospitals and the triage tents, and also with grieving families that are questioning, maybe can we get our loved ones back. So there's a lot of that for you, and it ends up being an exhausting experience, but you've done the best that you can. You can't save everyone, but you do save as many people as you think you really could. And this goes on for about 2 weeks, I think. Yeah, 2 weeks, almost 3. And there's a moment in this 3 weeks where Oz, you've been getting reports from the collective on various things that you've kind of sent out. Your spies is a strong word here. Your watcher people to do.
Yeah, spies. We don't like the term spies.
Yeah, exactly. No, we're just silent observers.
Right, silent observers.
Right.
Sneak 'em boys, if you will.
The sneak 'em boys. And some information kind of makes its way back to you. One of these agents, however, brings you back something interesting. It is a long cylindrical spear with 7 runes down the side of it. The tip of the sphere is made of some kind of dark black glass, and it hums slightly. When you bring it close to your ear, it's really the only time you can hear it. You're not 100% certain what this is, but you did send them to do some research on this artifact a long time ago. And you're fairly certain this is the spear that Jergal had talked about.
I don't even remember a spear.
This
would be so far back in my notes.
Yeah.
This is a spear which contains the capability to potentially, and I stress potentially here, Jergal did stress that it's experimental at best, to potentially strip a god of its divine power momentarily.
Oh my god, yes, I forgot about this.
You are fairly confident that's what this is. Also, my dog is freaking out, and I have no idea why, so I'm gonna go see what's going on in there in case we're getting broken to or something.
I think she'd be tripping more balls if that were the case. Any noise outside the house, or somebody leaves the house, and she's just like that on it, like instant. She's like, I don't want to be left in this house. You take me with you.
Okay. Yeah, we're good.
Awesome.
So, you are fairly confident that is currently what's in your possession. And over the next couple of weeks, you study it, practice a little bit with it. It is really a javelin. It's a throwing spear. And once you realize what this thing is, pieces of a plan kind of may make their way together.
It's
However,
all coming together.
I love it when a plan comes together. However, Oz, you've been having some weird moments. Deja vu is a really annoying feeling sometimes. And sometimes you'll walk by a shop, and you look at it again, that shop didn't used to be called Freddy's. Freddy didn't own that shop. Did Freddy buy that shop? There was an old lady that ran that shop. That's weird. Just moments like that. And they're happening more and more frequently. You've had a few in the past, but they've started happening as a daily occurrence now. Couple of weeks go by. Couple weeks go by. And it is around midday. And all of you are spread out across Hillsfar. When you hear the sound of a bell, and you look around, there's no bell. No one else is reacting. You hear the sound of a bell again. Loud church bell. And then you all feel a weight in your hand. And you look, and there is a small sealed scroll each of you possesses now. It is marked with the seal of Kelemvor. It is a summons to his realm, the land of the dead. The council is meeting again, one last time. This time in person. This time in Kelemvor's keep. The meeting will happen within the next week. And it is effectively your call when to begin the meeting. But it must happen within the next couple of days. And as you all kind of meet together, find each other after the summons, you're all now, I'm assuming, in like one of the collectives kind of war rooms.
There are several.
Yeah.
I have a question for the DM. Oz is the only one knows that Kelemvor's a traitor, right?
I don't think he's the only one that.
He's the only one that knows. I don't think he ever shared that information when he got it from his bone
I think he's
daddy.
the only one that knows for a fact, but I do remember everyone did
has a suspicion.
Yeah, everyone suspected Kelemvor pretty much from the start because he's the only other option, really. It's like the Raven Queen, Kelemvor, and Jergal are the only three options. And Jergal and the Raven Queen are fairly intimately connected with y'all.
For those who might be watching who maybe don't remember who Kelemvor is,
He is the god of death, if I do recall.
Okay.
Where Jergal used to be the ruler of all things death. His throne, so to speak, his domain was split between other gods, Kelemvor being one of them.
Okay. And
So-
we are talking about traitor in regards to the traitor on the council, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So there's the Council of On, which is the council, the gods. There are like 20 that have kind of banded together for this purpose. Kelemvor is one of the councils. Kelemvor is also one of the strongest, like one of the chief deities as well within the Faerunian pantheon. Brief summary of Kelemvor, Jergal, and the Raven Queen's relationship as they all preside over death. Jergal was the god of all things death. That includes murder, that includes the moment of death, that includes fate, that includes death itself, that includes necromancy. Jergal was all of that stuff. His portfolio got broken up into dozens of other portfolios, and it was handed to Merkel, Bane, Cyril, and a handful of other gods. Those gods, some of them aren't even gods, some of them are like archfiends, got straight up murked. It's actually, in one of them, you actually do this in the Neverwinter, one of the Neverwinter Nights DLCs or something. But those gods got obliterated outside of, I think Bane is still around. And Kelemvor was granted the domain of death itself. Kelemvor is the judge. He determines where you go. He's essentially the scales of the afterlife. The Raven Queen presides over the moment of death and the inevitability. She is fate, basically, whereas Kelemvor is death itself, and Jergal is actually not. Jergal does not have his own portfolio. Jergal is Kelemvor's scribe. He's essentially a deity. Jergal's real job is to make sure Kelemvor doesn't fuck his job up, more or less. Which, he has. So.
He's the supervisor. There you go.
Sort of.
He's the owner of the death.
In a way. Eve, a good example of this, you know how ordinators work in Aram?
Yes.
Where they're kind of like, they're not over the vigil, but they're like internal affairs. That's kind of what Jergal is. He's like internal affairs for death.
Okay, then. Yeah, that works too.
So yeah.
And then we're getting paged for the meeting of the whole
This
council.
this was something that was discussed several sessions ago. This is the final meeting before the council puts its plan into action. This is the war.
This is preparation before not Valhalla, but the other thing.
Ragnarok. Yeah.
Yes.
Brain no work.
Brain no work. Good. Same. So yeah. You guys have the summons to Kelemvor. The summons itself acts as a gateway to it, so you guys can go at any time. There's no plane shift needed. But you do have to appear in person. So.
I think we ought to go, but I won't lie that I'm not the most comfortable with this.
I've never been comfortable going into a god's realm. The only one I'd be comfortable with is the supposedly very chaotic Shadowfell right now. I'd feel safer there than someone I don't know.
Well, is everybody ready? Should we go?
I would like a word with my mother before I go, because if I die one more time, I'm not coming back. So, if that's alright with you.
I have no issue with this.
Yeah, I guess we all don't have deals with gods that kind of stop us from dying, so that's probably a good call.
I would at least like to say goodbye if it would be the last time. I'm really uncomfortable with this.
Please feel free.
Anything else you guys need to do? Do we need to stock up on health potions or anything?
So we're all clear that we're going here to kill. We're gonna kill this. We're gonna kill him, right? Or is that just my plan?
Zuma just like looks up. You haven't shared this information with anyone.
Looks at you confused. What are you talking about? Did you
I
leave
mean,
us
he
out
wouldn't
of...
be summoning us. He wouldn't be summoning us to his realm unless it was to eliminate us.
Whoa. It's
I've
a
only been summoned
gathering
to
of
one
all
other
of
god's
our
realm.
gods, right?
Yes, he's gonna have all of us in one spot. In his domain. The only other domain, like God's domain that I've been to is Jergal's, and that was once. Point of order, does Jergal share his domain plane with Kelemvor?
Not precisely. Jergal typically
It's
resides
adjacent.
within. Yeah, it's adjacent, and Jergal typically resides within Kelemvor's domain. Jergal does have his own little demi domain though, and that's where you had gone.
Got it. Cool.
Yes.
Before we go, I need to speak to Jergal.
Okay.
After a little war room meeting here.
Gotcha.
I would like to speak with Scotty as well.
Okay.
Or at least commune with the spirit.
Gotcha.
Convoke? I think this term would be convoke. But anyways.
That commune's right.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
talk to the Raven Queen, and I don't know if she has a temple here, does she?
Oh yeah. Hillsfar's massive. Hillsfar has temples to all the gods.
Just making sure.
So-
It's almost as big as Neverwinter.
They don't have a temple to Oz.
Not yet.
Sure they do. It's called the Collective.
It's called the Collective in the Quiet District.
That's fair. God
It's not a
damn.
district. It's like a whole district.
It's a temple. It's big enough to be a temple.
Yeah.
Who needs a temple when you have a district?
Exactly. So, worst case scenario, Kelemvor is summoning all of us so that he can eliminate us. We could strike first.
On the off chance that he's not, and you want us to fight a god.
Be a pretty
That-
cool story.
that-
Worst
that-
case scenario, we get a pretty cool, we get a
That's
badass
an
story
oopsie we
and a wicked
cannot
sweet
fix.
scar.
It's a big oopsie we cannot fix, period.
I would like to discuss this with my god before saying yes.
Right. Okay.
I hope
get
you
that, but,
understand. This is kind of like
Oh,
a
yeah, kind of a big deal. I get it. So what if we could maybe backdoor our way into this meeting?
What do you mean?
Have a way?
So, if I don't know that I can get all of us there, but I know that Jergal can summon me to his demi-plane, which I have to assume is associated with Kelemvor's plane, since they, have a working quote-unquote relationship. If we can get from that demi-plane to Kelemvor's plane while the meeting is happening. Even just one of us?
I was gonna say, it seems fairly clear that the meeting won't start until we are there.
Until we decide when it starts. Does the scroll specifically say that we all have to be there for the meeting to start?
No, it simply says that you can call the time of the meeting.
Okay.
So, if you can get to Jergal's plane, I can probably get, with his permission, all of the rest of us there.
This
Right.
is what these scrolls are for?
That's to get us into Kelemvor's plane, not Jergal's plane. My plan is if we could have some distraction in Kelemvor's plane, we could easily... So I don't know if you guys know this, but I kind of run a shadow organization where people kill other people.
He just gives him a
I
blank
don't just,
stare.
like, I don't just like have people do that. I can do that stuff myself. And if we can do that to a god,
You're really obsessed with killing a god, aren't you?
just the one.
My worry is that what if he's innocent?
Exactly. That's my point.
We
Okay,
risk throwing a lot of things that are currently in balance into disarray.
I understand your concern. But what if maybe I knew that he wasn't?
By whose word? Where's the proof?
I mean, maybe not physical proof, but like...
He just gives a
When have
very
I ever-
agitated look.
When have I ever led any of you astray before?
I'm not answering that.
Okay, hold on. When have I ever lied to any of you?
That's because you hid it from us. Therefore, you did not lie. You were just hiding it.
But I've...
How do you know?
I open my mouth, and it sounds like the DM's voice.
Best way to monologue ever. DM's voice, insert here.
Thank you, Jordan.
Don't you dare steal that
that's
from me.
fantastic.
So my character's side note, my character in the Monday campaign is supposed to be like an expert on the Feywild. Jordan is not an expert on the Feywild. So this has
So
become
he'll
my
just be like-
go-to phrase.
Yeah,
This is-
I open my mouth, and it sounds like the DM.
This is the part of the improv stage show where you twirl your finger twice to give the sign of I don't know what the fuck's next.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So Oz, this is gonna be good. Oz, you do open your mouth. You're not sure what to say just yet. So what do you say to convince them? How do you? And then you start speaking, but it's not your voice that comes out. It's Jergal's.
Oh goody, a voice puppet.
There are many reasons for what you have to do. But first and foremost, we know it is Kelemvor because we know that the Raven Queen is innocent, and we know that I am innocent, and by process of elimination, it must be Kelemvor. You cannot frame a god.
So, how do we know that you're innocent?
I'd have to agree with that.
How do we know your Raven Queen is innocent then?
I mean,
I
that's
agree.
a fair point.
Fair point. I'll go question her right now if you want.
Then
Because I
question
wanna answer.
me.
And Oz, you kind of snap off for a second, kind of blink and shake your head, and you all look, and another, like a Oz kind of splits off for a moment, like this illusion, and then reshapes itself. And you see standing before you the familiar old hunchbacked figure of Jergal that appears in texts and paintings and such.
I don't like that.
Hey, he's got to get into the fucking realm somehow.
I'm
get it.
imagining. I'm getting the feeling of the old crones in Velen.
Oh, it's very
Witcher 3.
yeah. It's very old crone. Like Kelemvor has pale gray skin. Kelemvor, sorry. Jergal has pale gray skin. He has some hair on his head, but it's mostly bald, and the hair only grows in like weird random patches. He does have a large beard, but for the most part, he looks like a skeleton with some hair. wearing these like very heavy dark gray and purple robes, and he has these like sticks, kind of like this wreath around his neck of thorns and dead sticks, and in the wreath is like old, dried, crumbling bird feathers, small animal skulls, stuff like that. Very what's the word that I'm looking for? Very Wendigo.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah.
Love it.
Are gods immune to mundane magic?
Generally speaking, yes. You do, as a scholar of deities, you do know that they can choose to be affected if they choose to. There's probably only been like 3 records of that ever being the thing, though.
Okay. Second question. Obviously, this is an avatar, right?
Oh yeah, this is absolutely an avatar. It's not possible for Jergal to appear in the flesh in the prime material.
So
it's not even really an avatar; it's a puppet.
If I were to cast Zone of Truth on it, and Jergal speaking through it, and Jergal chose to fail said saving throw, would that be the puppet failing, or would that be Jergal himself failing?
It technically counts as Jergal failing. It is it's actually a really similar thing to what happens whenever a familiar has the spell cast on it.
Okay.
Because in this moment, that is Jergal. It might not be all of Jergal, but it is at least one aspect of him.
The Father, the Son, and the creepy ass ghost.
Good one.
Okay. There is a way to solve this.
By all means.
You're going to have to give yourself over to a Zone of Truth.
It is rare to see a god look surprised.
Hey, it's a quick, easy fix.
You gather he's not surprised at the solution that you're offering, but rather the sheer audacity with how you said it. Just the brazen, all right, well, shut up and fail the spell for me kind of tone. You can tell he's not exactly used to that. And he actually even kind of brings it up.
I have never had a mortal speak to me like that.
Oh, there's
a
a
linear.
I feel like he would look.
There's a first for
Oz
everything.
for confirmation, and Oz would just shrug.
Yeah, just kind of looks at Oz, raises an eyebrow.
But it's not a should I do this? It's more wait, you deal with this shit all the time?
Yeah, it's more like a is this a thing?
Shrug
Is this
and head nod.
kind of smiles a little bit, and you see like the scraggly, broken teeth. And as he speaks, you feel a chill go over you for a minute, and then it fades. And he says,
"Let's make history then."
All right, I cast Zone of Truth.
he fails.
All right.
Don't we all have to make checks as well?
Yeah, technically, because this room's only like 20 feet max, and Zone of Truth is 15, so you'd all pretty much be caught in this.
It's a wisdom check, right? No,
Yep.
charisma?
Charisma saving throw.
I'm pretty sure I failed that.
That's pretty.
That's a fail. That's a fail. That's a fail.
That's a fail.
And then I'll let me pull up Spirit and Zuma sheet.
Could I make an argument that this should be wisdom?
No. Zuma fails. Just
Can I make
don't
an
think Zuma
argument
would
that it
resist.
could be strength?
No.
No?
That's a fail.
Strength of will.
That's a fail.
Is your DC 22?
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah, mine's
Like a 20th level character.
mine's 23, so congratulations.
I just want to let you know I don't have many gods statted. I sometimes do for casual sake. Your DC being 22, like a 22 or a 23 DC, some of the gods have DCs that are only a couple points higher than that. It's like that is ridiculous.
Yeah, so speaking to him on equal terms is pretty on brand.
Kind of.
I mean, we're basically gods.
Yeah, not far off. I mean, if Jergal casts a spell on you right now, it's a DC 27 to succeed. So,
LW.
I can only succeed if it was Wisdom or Con.
right. But just for reference, you're a 22. He's a 27. You ain't far off.
Ask me your questions. I dislike this feeling.
And he looks down at himself like, ugh. Like he just got baby vomit all over him.
Could be worse.
Oz shrugs and shakes his head.
Could be far worse.
So give me a reminder. The traitor was leaking information to
a different sect, basically. The traitor, what you've gathered so far from River and Triss is that there was a deity of the council, and they were interacting with a sect of kind of nebulous entities on Aram. These are very powerful negative individuals. You don't know a ton about them. You know that they are called the Durak Ko, and you know that they're kind of tyrants.
Oh.
Big thonk.
Anyway.
And
you
as a note, you gather that this is this deity's motivations for this may not be evil in nature, but they are most certainly self-centered.
Yes. Have you had communications with this Darako on Aram?
I have not. I have never even been to Aram, nor interacted with it.
That checks out.
That's it? That's all you're gonna ask him?
I mean, we know that the traitor is leaking information to this. Oh, actually, what do you gain from Kelemvor's death?
I gain nothing. I simply seek to maintain balance. In the mantle of death, Kelemvor has betrayed that balance. I have disposed before for the same crime.
How has he sought to get rid of the balance? Sorry, my words are not working with me tonight, y'all.
It's okay.
No, you're fine. Jergal pauses at this question, actually.
Is treachery to the council is not relevant in that instance. However, Kelemvor's impartiality has faded with time. A judge of death must be impartial in all aspects, and Kelemvor is certainly no longer that. In a way, I am using this as an excuse to finally address the issues at hand.
In other words, get rid of a problem before it becomes too big of a problem to deal with.
It's already become too large to deal with.
And question, who are you looking to prop up in Kelemvor's place?
I plan to leave the mantle empty until Azakil is dealt with. From there, we can make decisions based on the information at hand.
We, meaning the council?
He pauses for a moment.
And you?
Oh, okay.
There are events which I believe will transpire sometime within the next handful of days. The outcome of those events will determine the decisions that we have to make going forward.
If there's even a forward to go forward with.
Precisely.
Okay.
You guys see Eve kind of bent over, poking Zyra on the beak.
I would still like to talk to Scotty, if possible, before we do anything.
Oh, absolutely.
I am assuming you're going to give Nera the same treatment.
Yes.
Good.
If I assume Nera is who I think it is.
Your precious Raven Queen.
I had plans on it, yes. Thank you for your cooperation.
You feel the spell end the second you finish that sentence.
No.
He like shakes, like chills down his spine.
Hey, it's good to feel odd sensations on occasion.
Mortal magic is such a banal thing.
You're telling me.
Agreed.
Then is our business here concluded?
As far as I'm aware, yes.
I shall speak to you in private shortly.
I look forward to it.
And the Oz illusion that's now taken on the form of Jergal dissolves, and when it does so, it dissolves into small bones that just lay on the floor.
Well,
Ew.
I'd hate to know what kind of... Are they like human bones?
No, they look like small animal bones, like rabbit bones and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's...
gross.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Raven Queen next.
Okay, 1 second. And I tap Zyra on the nose. Hey, can you get a hold of her for me? Please.
The Raven Queen is a little more pretentious than Jergal might be. Can you roll me a spellcasting ability check, please?
Yes.
Who?
That's charisma, right?
Yes.
Okay.
24. I mean, 22.
22. A few moments pass of you kind of trying to get Zyra to summon the Raven Queen, and eventually she does answer. Zyra's mouth opens wide, and you just hear her voice. Yes, I am quite busy.
I'm fully aware of that, and you know I usually don't try to contact you unless if I have
Oh,
to.
it's my champion. What is it you desire?
Just talk to Kelemvor, and we need to talk to you, preferably
Jergal.
on identification. Jergal,
We
sorry.
just talked to Jergal.
Sorry, Jergal. Could you manifest yourself? We've got to give you the same treatment we gave him.
And what treatment is that?
We need to prove that you're not, the traitor.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Eve just flatly says it. Hey, at least
Can
I'm
I
not
guidance?
32, 37.
Holy
I repeat,
fuck.
can I guidance?
Yeah.
Do
No.
it.
40. Oh my god. Jesus.
I have
What did you
expertise in
have the
persuasion.
DC at?
Fucking 30? Wow.
This is how I feel every time I crit on my Arcana checks.
Oh my god.
Revel in it.
Anyways. I did not realize you had a plus 18 to fucking persuasion.
Yeah, I'm proficient. I can't roll
Yeah,
below
y'all are
10.
level 20, so you have the fucking
No,
proficiency bonus
I have-
doubled, and
no,
I'm like, oh,
I have expertise.
I know. I'm just like, I'm over here. We haven't played AshWinter in a couple of weeks, and so I've played like What Lies Below and Child of Light, and y'all are level 10 in those. So seeing a plus 18, I'm like, oh my god, fuck, I forgot that's a thing.
I don't have anywhere close to that. I'm just looking through my stats.
I mean, Rel's
Yeah.
got a plus 12 to Arcana and Investigation.
Yeah, she does. Still, that's
I
not
have
a
some
plus
plus
18.
12s. I have some plus 12s, but that's it.
Yeah.
That, and I do have
'cause-
six charisma, so.
It's because expertise is crazy. Anyway, you hear her sigh, and while there's a little annoyance in her voice, I suppose if it will clear my name, do you have leads on this investigation? And the Raven hops down to the floor. Zyra hops down to the floor, and then starts to morph, very much like McGonagall from the Harry Potter movies, into the form of Nera, the Raven Queen.
Well, the same treatment we gave Jergal was, you have to succumb yourself to a zone of truth.
Just say it, flat out. Just say it.
She just, like, her brow furrows.
Questions will be kept to matter at hand. If it helps.
Very well. Very well. Continue on your strange queries.
Alright, I cast zone of truth.
She fails. Ask me.
I'm not gonna even roll.
Alright. Have you had any communication with the Darako on Aram?
I have not.
What do you gain from Kelemvor's death?
From what? She kind of... her eyebrows raised. She looks wildly at all of you. Excuse me?
Jergal said that he may be the traitor. And it's
Her
good,
eyes narrow.
and he wants us to kill him?
Hold on. Jergal didn't say kill.
You said it earlier, so shut the fuck up.
Yeah, but I am not Jergal.
You are still technically his champion, therefore a mouthpiece.
Well, then I mean everything that you say we could associate to the Raven Queen.
So, that reaction pretty much sums everything up.
I'm not aware of Kelemvor's betrayal. I know that there has been an investigation, and I've had my suspicions of Kelemvor for some time. His demeanor has changed drastically lately. But I was not aware that Jergal was plotting. He had not shared this information with me. I'd say I'm hurt, but it's Jergal.
Looks like you two have some hashing out to do.
Oh, we have a discussion to have, most certainly, but that doesn't mean... And she stops for a second. Kind of like bites her tongue. That doesn't mean I'm not on board. Do you have proof that it's Kelemvor? Is there undeniable, indisputable proof?
See? Now you see where I get it from.
Well, we have evidence that it was one of the deities belonging to the realm of death.
It certainly wasn't me.
Obviously.
And on the
council.
council.
And it wasn't Jergal.
And it wasn't
Yes,
Jergal.
and on the council.
And you know for a fact they're on the council.
We literally drugged someone from the other crystal spear.
Our information would lead us to believe that it is, yes, in fact, someone on the council.
Kind of you can see the gears turning in her head.
Oh, I guess I never rolled for my own Christmas save. All right, there we go.
Yeah. Then I see what Jergal had planned. How on earth did he expect you to kill Kelemvor, though? That's kind of hilarious. He really was sending you to your death. You know that, right? Can't kill a god.
No. But I can.
Both of her eyebrows. She like furrows her eyebrows in a very entertained and pretentious way and looks over at you. Oh.
He failed to save.
Right, but that stops you from lying. It doesn't stop you from being delusional.
I think he's not telling us everything.
And how would you kill a god?
I don't know, probably with my hands.
Yes, taunts!
She just
Taunt
smirks.
her.
I mean, that's how I kill most things.
You are most welcome to try, but Kelemvor would wipe the floor with you. There would be nothing of you left to even regret.
That's not really a problem for me.
Why do I get the feeling you're leaving us out of the loop on something?
Because I always do, and it always works out well.
Yes,
Did you tell
but
Lily?
Nothing.
And so the plan is to kill Kelemvor, and then take care of the treacherous portion, and then move the threat of Azakil and AshWinter, and then proceed with the council's plan. I'm assuming that's Jergal's general workflow.
That is what he said. Yes.
Wait, the council's plan.
Oh yes,
The
there are plans.
magical barrier between here and them. One of them, I
Oh,
believe.
right. Okay.
I can't say that I'm not on board. You do what you like. Just know that Kelemvor will absolutely annihilate all of you with a thought. Let me put it this way. I am a god. I could obliterate you without effort. There would be nothing. I wouldn't have to move a finger or anything. I can look at you, and you would cease to exist. Not die. You would cease to be. I can erase you from time. And Kelemvor is above me.
Get your weight up.
Totally! Erase me! Oh wait, that would probably kill everything.
I would be very, very sad if I erased you. I would if I had to, you know. But I
So-
would also be sad.
Mhm.
He just gives a big smile.
This has been very
Okay.
entertaining, but do
Yep,
you have
thank
any
you very
other
much.
questions?
Nope. Thank you very much for your time and your cooperation.
A word of advice when dealing with Kelemvor. Kelemvor values honor, but it blinds him often. She transforms back into the raven. The raven just kind of just like is now dizzy.
I pick her up and just cradle her. Okay.
She vomits on your shoulder.
I brush the digitation away. It's okay.
Never mind.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk out, and I'm gonna go to the Emerald Enclave in like a secluded area, like by myself, please.
Okay.
And try to contact Scotty.
Okay. Do the rest of you also split up?
Lily is going to telepathically communicate with Oz and say, hold up a minute.
Contact me when you need me. I'll be in the keep.
I'm in trouble.
So, and this is still telepathically. I trust you. I trust that you have a plan.
I 100% have a plan, but I can't let any of you in on it.
Can I have a why?
If they can read your thoughts, it is only your mind that they have to read. But if they tried to read my thoughts, I'm not the only person inside of this soul gem. I may be able to hide my thoughts long enough to be able to get a leg up on Kelemvor.
Do I know if that's how that works?
Hey, I've got to. I need to state this. There's a ring for that.
Number one, not all gods have the ability to read thoughts. In fact, that's fairly rare. Number two, it's absolutely possible to succeed against a god's attempts to read your thoughts. Yes.
Well,
it is mind-bogglingly difficult, but
more so, is that how Oz's mind works? Because I know his soul gem.
So you're dipping into some like theoretical physics type stuff here. So you can speculate. You don't have positive affirmation, but there are strange things that happen with the soul gems involving minds and personality and things like that. So maybe it's feasible.
All right, second question. Do I know if Kelemvor is capable of reading minds?
You're fairly confident that he could, maybe not read minds, but at least determine... He is the judge, so he can determine whether you've fulfilled your purpose or not. Huh?
Determine intentions, basically?
Not just intentions, but like worth as a soul, almost. He can weigh your deeds. So maybe there might be some mind reading in there. You're not positive.
Okay. I'm not entirely sure that's how that works, but knowing Kelemvor's profile and knowing how your soul gem works, I'm proud that you came up with a thought.
Not a plan, a thought. Not a plan, a thought.
Oh my god.
Well, the thought of a plan.
It's still an insult to intelligence. No offense.
My intelligence is 10. I don't understand.
Because Oz has zero idea about how magic works. He said so himself.
Yep.
On numerous occasions.
Yeah, exactly. So I think this is a pretty proper moment to be proud.
Hey,
Fair.
maybe one of his personalities were super, super smart and super strong.
Collectively, we are Legion.
Are you sure it's going to work?
There was a personality. You've already talked to him a couple times in there, Oz, who was a battle mage and was a military commander on the battlefield and a master strategist and used meteors to break up large armies.
I have no idea that it'll work, but I'm asking you to trust me anyway.
I mean, I trust you, but you do know what happens if it doesn't work.
We all die, Kelemvor wins, and nothing we do or nothing we have ever done has ever mattered.
We don't just die. We raced. This is his domain.
Yeah, I get that. So that's I've already told you too much. But I have a way. I can't tell you anymore. You just gotta trust me. You gotta go with me on this one.
Okay.
What? Aight, let's go.
Fucking ride or die. This is the moment.
That whole conversation was telepathic, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Just making sure.
Everyone else is just standing in the room while Oz and Lily just stare at each other intently.
Yeah,
Well,
there's
I had already walked out the door, but
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Oh.
Mhm.
Right.
Point of order. Really quick point of order. Oz still has the decahedron that allows him to rewind time for 6 seconds, correct?
You do.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Just
you still
want to
have
make sure of that.
a 1 and a 2 roll as well, I think. To replace somebody's rolls.
He rolls. He can roll those at the start of or at the end of any long rest. It's the same thing as a portent.
Yeah, it's rolling 2 d20s, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah, 2 d20s, and then you have those rolls, and you can replace any d20 roll you see for that day with those rolls. So you have a 14 and an 18. You can replace any roll you see with those. That's friends rolls, your rolls, enemy rolls, fucking DM rolls, whatever you want. Portent's crazy.
You don't roll as good as me though, bro.
I know what was it? You got like a 2 and a 20, or like a 2 and an 18.
Both of mine have been 18 and 1.
Oh,
all the times that I've rolled it.
One more question.
Yes.
If this goes bad, okay, rather, do you want to deal with Luce first?
I want you to put Luce's soul into my gem.
What? Oh. Lily, like, visibly, like, jaw drops. It's like, what? What? Okay, why?
It's part of the plan.
Okay. Good to need your help with that, then.
Yeah, what do I need to do for that?
Well, either no, if the cleansing failed, his soul is still going to be bound. I am going to need help restraining him so that I can potentially you ever see an exorcism?
Yes.
That, but rather than a demon, it's like a priest going up against a demigod.
Oh.
And the person being restrained is probably has some of the powers of said demigod. So
Fucking Luce's head spins around and he just starts vomiting out like yellow flowers.
Yellow-green flowers.
Yeah.
If the cleansing has failed, I will have to forcibly steal his soul from the deity that has it.
Yep, okay, I'm in.
Oh, all right.
By forcibly steal, I'm fairly certain you mean kill.
Yeah, why do you think Oz is in?
Exactly. Alright. Are you guys doing that before you go to the summons or after?
I would need that before.
Okay.
All right.
So, before we go further, it's 10:22. You want to take a quick bio break?
Oh yes, please, thank you.
Okay. If you need to pee, fucking grab. Oh.
Told her to keep her phone down.
Yeah, do you need a second?
No, I got it. I'm fine.
Okay.
I thought
Just so I can bless your ears, Ren. Did you know that a group of bears is called a sleuth? Continue.
That is awesome. Now I'm just imagining a bunch of bears in like detective outfits.
Yeah, it's sloth or sleuth, and it comes from their people being like they take a long time to wake up because they hibernate.
Aha.
And so
I like it.
Check your phone, my love.
Mm-hmm.
I learned that today, and I was like, this has made my day good.
So, another question.
Yeah.
How important is this, Oz?
The most.
You cheeky motherfucker.
Mm.
Oz never change.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Okay, another question, and this involves morality.
No
Uh,
question.
I mean,
Doesn't matter. Doesn't have
we can discuss error theory if you'd like about how there are no morals, but hey.
well, this is more personal morality.
Oh, okay.
Say, for instance, if this doesn't work out and I'm not strong enough,
Mm-hmm.
directed at Oz, how upset would he be if I used some souls for power?
I will be right back.
Oh, like use the souls that I have?
Not that you have, that Lily has.
Oh yeah, no, whatever. They mean nothing to me.
All right.
I just spilled Dr. Pepper on me. I will definitely have to be right back.
Okay, that's fine.
They're not mine.
We really are the party of murder hobos.
It's almost like worse because you're not running around killing people, you're running around using souls that aren't yours.
Yeah.
I know.
Not even murder hobos at this point, you're actually like genocidal maniacs. I love it.
No, don't say you guys, because I am not.
That's fair.
I have specifically made it clear that Groen just wanted a peaceful life on the farm that he got.
All right.
Wait, I
Ren.
just realized Groen is just John Wick.
Mhm.
Sorry, continue.
What's up?
Question for you. Am I capable of communicating with the souls in the soul gem?
Mm-mm. You are not.
Oof.
Am I able to communicate with the souls in the soul gem?
Nope. These souls have been in this thing for a very long time. Well, not just this thing specifically, but they have been separated from their body for a very long time. They are no longer coherent.
Oh,
They would
so
have to
they're
be-
like feral.
Kind of. In a soul kind of sense, yes. They would
Feral
have to-
souls. That's like a sick band name.
Right? You gonna fucking make a metal band out of that.
TM.
So,
yeah.
they, even if they were resurrected, they would have no memory of who they once were.
Not necessarily none, but it would be difficult for them. Some of them more difficult than others. It really depends on a soul-to-soul basis.
Can I discern which souls that would be harder for?
I am back. I'm so sorry about that.
You can make guesses. That's about as far as you can get
I
with
can
it.
make guesses. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to categorize the souls in the gem on my educated guesses.
Mm-hmm. So you have millions of these souls.
Yeah.
And each one would take you, 30, 40 seconds to really, understand even a little bit about it. And some of them you can't separate from the rest of the gem. You would have to, go through a large process to actually physically separate some of these souls. Well, I guess spiritually separate some of these souls from each other.
Because some of them are just literally conjoined together.
Pretty much. More or less. They've spent so much time together, they're basically the same.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's no way you could categorize all, like, what is it, 4 million of these? It's not possible. You could do a couple hundred.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay. Yeah, it's about like having to sign like signed baseballs. Like, you got a stack of 4 million baseballs in front of you, and you have to sign all of them by hand. Like, how long is that gonna take you? Nah, just sign a few hundred. You're done.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, just go ahead and roll me an Arcana check here.
All right. Can I guidance myself?
Yeah, sure.
Could I argue advantage? Could I help that in any way?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. 33.
33. Not bad. Let me. So yeah,
And
you
that
have
one
like
was a 23.
you have like probably upwards of 300 to 400 souls kind of categorized at this point.
All right, cool. Might need those.
What's going on, by the way? Came back to this.
All right. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and start. Ara is just clarifying plans.
Uh-huh. Okay. I'm just sitting on a I don't know, washcloth where all that water and shit had to go.
Rip.
Mhm.
Okay. Ready to start?
Yep.
Let's start. So, before we get into all of that stuff, Groen, you had gone off to the quiet places in the wood.
Yeah.
And sat down and started beginning communing with Scotty. The focus of Scotty, or Scotty is difficult to keep in focus sometimes. You and her don't have the strongest of connections, and it takes you some time to get into this pattern of like meditation and breathing, and you feel nature around you, and you know she embodies that cycle of nature, and so you kind of let it take you. You feel the wind and the earth underneath you, the trees around you. You hear the birds chirping, the insects buzzing, and after some time, the rhythm of the night. Yeah, exactly. And after some time, you do finally kind of feel a little different for a moment, and you open your eyes. You're not sitting where you were a moment ago. You're on the side of a hill, really almost a mountain, but this huge grassy diagonal plain. There are trees in front of you. You're at the edge of a forest, and you see, sitting directly next to you is a woman. There's a large wolf at her side, like gargantuan wolf, bigger than your dire wolf. And the woman herself is rather short. She's probably 5'1", 5'2". However, she's currently crouched and she has a bow drawn. She's holding her breath, and you kind of look at her and look to the wolf, and you go to speak for a moment, and you watch her finger just shoot up. The arrow flies from her bow, and you watch it take this really large, what looks like maybe like it's not an eagle, like a hawk or something, out of the air. And as it crashes to the ground, the wolf rushes towards it, retrieves the bird, and brings it back to her. And she immediately sets apart, she just lays it on the ground and sets to like cleaning it and stuff like that. And she looks over to you. You don't come here often?
Yeah. Sorry about that. That's on me.
We all have our own paths to follow.
Yeah, about that. So the whole thing about the betrayer and whatnot on the council. You know what I'm
Hmm.
talking about, yeah?
Yes, there's a betrayer on the council.
Do you have any thought on who that could be?
She thinks for a moment while she's cleaning this bird. She actually hands you like one of her knives.
I'll help her. Yeah.
Yeah, directs you to help her. And as you're both cleaning this, but this thing's huge, by the way. It's not. It's like a giant hawk.
I'm imagining pterodactyl-sized hawks. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking huge. And setting about kind of cleaning and getting it ready to prepare to eat and stuff. As you're helping her, she kind of goes over a few possibilities, just mumbling. The only ones I could say for certain are Jergal or maybe Kelemvor. I don't trust either of them. Kelemvor has encroached on my realm before.
How's that?
He's over death. I am over nature and the cycle of life. There is some overlap. It is exhausting dealing with him.
So the reason I have multiple reasons. I'm sorry. I'm babbling. But anyways,
Of course.
So one of the reasons I come is you know that other members of my pack here, they have different relationships with other gods and whatnot.
Yes.
And Jergal has pushed us to. Well, I should say we believe that Kelemvor is the betrayer, and Jergal wants us to kill him, but it just kind of sits heavy on my soul. I don't know. I felt I needed to come here, and I don't know if I'm asking for permission or power. I don't know. I'm sorry.
She sits back and takes a few pieces of wood that she'd had laid off to the side and kind of clears some of the grass, like scrapes it away with her knife, and begins making this really small fire and sets up like a little roasting pan over it, like a spit, and starts to kind of break the bird down and begin roasting pieces of it. There. How much do you know about... She gestures at herself and kind of like the air around her. Gods, this.
More than I thought, but a lot less than I think I should.
Death for a god is a bizarre thing. It's like erasing a river. It's like removing a mountain. We are not like other people, though we might try to be. We are intrinsically defined by our actions. We are forces of nature. And so, killing a god is a weighty decision. It has been done before, many times. It is possible to do. Sometimes, it is necessary. I do not enjoy Kelemvor's presence, though I also don't necessarily wish death upon him. However, if his death is a part of the cycle that we must follow, then we must follow the cycle. I cannot say for sure if he is guilty or innocent.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So, side note, I want to thank you. We have been interacting with some other deities, and they seem to impress their will upon their followers, and you've never done that, and so I just thank you.
The most intrinsic part of the cycle is free will, self-determination.
Well, I will try to remember that, and if this is what needs to be done when the time comes, you're aware about the meeting in Kelemvor's realm, right?
Oh yes, I will be there.
Okay.
She now at this point kind of takes off this large leg from the spit and hands it to you. This thing weighs like 2 pounds. It's like one of those massive turkey legs from a fair, but even bigger.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if something happens there, please take care of everyone and make sure that there is no collateral. I don't know what's gonna happen. I just know that I think that's where this might happen, and so.
Gently nods. At first she looks mildly confused, but as you kind of expand on it, she seems to almost understand a bit. Though at times I may feel distant from others, and at times I am. This council and your council, they are just packs, and we are part of them. I will take care of them.
That's good, because I just want a quiet life. I want this to end
soon. I think soon.
That's the hope.
There is a tension building that I can no longer ignore. She gets up and she just bites into one of these big legs, and she takes like this massive hunk of meat out. It's gone in seconds.
I'm imagining Delethor or whatever from Lord of the Rings as the battle's going on.
Yeah, exactly. Her wolf is also eating now as well. She's still cooking like bits and pieces of the bird, but for the most part, it's done. And she stands and kind of surveys the surrounding area. I think soon we'll be able to return to peace. I'll be able to hunt without worrying what comes next, and you will be able to live your life on your farm.
Well, that's the hope. So, and I finally like take a bite of the food. I've just kind of been picking at it. Okay. I think I'm ready to. I don't know how this works. I can go. I don't know.
Doesn't know how to hang up.
Where's the end call button? Yeah. She just kind of looks at you. Close your eyes and breathe. You close your eyes and you let out a big sigh. Just all that kind of tension fades for a moment. When you open your eyes, you're back in the Emerald Enclave with a massive turkey leg in your hand.
All right, cool. I go
Chicken
back
turkey.
to the group, munching on the turkey leg.
Yeah, it's not like seasoned or anything like that. It's just a big poultry leg that's been cooked over his fire. It's still pretty good.
I mean, that's sometimes the best.
Right, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And so kind of just munch on it and think about that for a moment. Eve, were you communing with the Raven Queen?
I think I got my answers, so I think I'm fairly okay.
And then Oz, were you communing with Jergal?
Crickets.
He's dead.
He's dead.
We killed him. Oh. Now he's actually dead. We killed him this time.
Oh god.
Oh god. Zombie.
Back, you foul beast.
Steven, you back?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Yep, I'm back. All right.
Oh.
Sorry. Didn't realize that I accidentally pressed the mute. On my
Oh, you're good.
Hey, I forget that all the time.
What's going on? No. Yeah,
yes,
are you?
I am communing with Jergal.
Okay. Heading to the temple. you know the drill at this point. You down the silver liquid, you die. And
question: does that work since he's in a metal body?
Yes, it does.
Yep.
Okay, just making sure.
It's less a liquid that kills. It's not a poison. It's a liquid that literally rips your soul out of its body and then puts it into Jergal's realm.
Ah.
Yeah. So you don't.
So the faceless man's from.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like 100%. The entire Jergal's temple is 100% the faceless man's temple.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was we like pretty sure we based it on like it was based
we did.
on that whenever we first talked about it.
Yeah. It 100% was.
I love that.
Yeah, there's even like a fountain in the center of this silver liquid. And so you're led back, you drink the silver liquid, and as you kind of rest yourself again, you hear the rushing of the wind, the souls around you. Curiously, with how much you've learned and what you know now, it's interesting. You're fairly certain Jergal's realm is underneath the river Styx, because you're pretty sure the strange flowing of souls that you see all around you is the river Styx.
God, that's fucking awesome.
Right? And you also know in Kelemvor's realm, to enter into Kelemvor's realm, typically speaking, you have to cross the river Styx. Anyway,
Yep.
So yeah, you see the river Styx flowing around you, and you watch Jergal's face appear in it. And except for this time, instead of massive, it's small, and he takes a few steps towards you on this large stone platform that you're on. He shrinks down to your size.
It is time.
I will kill Kelemvor.
Excellent.
But I need you to make sure that my family gets out of here safe.
I will do this. Your family will not be harmed.
I'm also going to need access to your demi-plane.
Narrows his eyes.
What for?
I have a plan, and you have to trust me.
What's your persuasion modifier?
It's probably like -2.
No, I'm curious. We're gonna do some weird shit.
My persuasion is +1.
+1. Cool. Can you
Better
roll
than
me,
mine.
Can you roll me a persuasion check here? Just out of curiosity.
Yes, I can.
Ooh, wow. Okay.
Nice.
He nods along with you for a moment.
Very well, Osric. You have access.
I have not failed you yet.
Waves his hand, and just underneath your list that's carved into your arm, the tattoo on your arm, a small symbol appears. It's not a symbol that you immediately recognize, but you know what this is. This is a symbol. This is essentially a symbolic gate. You can use this to enter his plane.
Perfect. And will this just allow me access, or the party itself?
Given the right spells, the whole party can come with you. They just need that symbol.
Yeah. Got it. Great, grand, wonderful. So once I kill Kelemvor,
He narrows his eyes.
I want his seat.
I think that perhaps we can discuss that another day. There are events unfolding which you may find most relevant. Once Azekil and AshWinter have been disposed of, see me again.
I mean,
There
I'll see
is
you
a
in a couple
discussion
days
to
at the
have here.
meeting, but like.
No, I mean after. Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, yeah. After that, yeah, okay, yeah.
Again, yes.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
and then we can discuss this possibility.
Okay. I'm counting on you.
He flashes his weird, strange smile.
On Kelemvor's end, there will be a small bead of energy left behind. Ensure that you are the first to touch that.
Wonderful. Don't make me regret this.
You might.
He smiles and kind of fades away into the souls.
I also would like to commune with Saloon.
Okay.
Very briefly, once Oz is done.
Sure. Yeah, Oz, you find yourself waking up. Previously, you would wake up with like this kind of cold start, like coming out of a bad dream or something.
Yeah,
This
like
time,
being shaken awake, essentially.
yeah, exactly. This time it's not that. You just suddenly you're conscious, you're calm, and that's that. Lenara.
Real quick, can you restart the music? It kind of died for me. I think it's only for me, but still.
It has been restarted.
Thank you.
Lenara, you wanted to commune with Saloon briefly.
Yes.
Communing with Saloon, no problem for you. You've done this many, many times. As you kind of reach out to your deity, you feel her kind of cooling but still warm presence kind of surround you, and you hear her voice. Yes, Lenara.
Right. Mother. So, I've told her about the souls, correct?
You have.
Okay. So, these... In the case of an emergency as a last resort,
Yes.
if you had the access to several million souls worth of power,
Mm.
and the only way to achieve our goal was to use that power, would you do it?
She sighs before she answers, like a moment of just contemplation. If it was for the good of all, yes. I would take every step that I could to avoid that situation, however. There are times when sacrifices have to be made, but they should be minimized. They should be made knowing the severity of the decision.
I agree. I more or less just wanted guidance in my thought processes.
Feel her kind of affirm. This is a type of decision that at times leaders have to make, gods have to make. And it is not an easy one. And it is not a one that you may even appreciate. It is not one that we have to sleep with. It's one that we have to carry forever. And depending disposition and lifespan forever can be a very long time. Within each soul is a universe of memories and thoughts and choices and decisions. Every person represents some uncountable value.
I see.
Remember that.
I will. Thank you.
Of course. You feel her kind of fade away.
All body.
Oh no.
So we come back together, yeah.
Yeah, I'm assuming probably like the next day.
My mother.
Oh yeah, you wanted to talk to your mother.
Yes.
Okay. You approach your mother. She is currently in a meeting, and you have to like wait outside the meeting room that she's in before she finally comes at you. Oh, Eve.
Got a
How are you?
second.
Yes, of course.
Running around like your head's chopped off.
It is a different experience than I'm used to, but I think I'm growing into it.
I need to talk to you about possibly not coming back from what I'm about to do.
Oof. You see her face. She immediately is like super worried, and almost instantaneously she starts tearing up.
No, please don't cry.
What do you mean? You don't have to go. You can stay here with me. Be the treasurer. We can take care of these people.
If I don't, Mother, our world might come to an end. And I'd rather die than...
Why does it have to be you?
Well, it's technically my entire group, but I've died twice already. If I die a third, there's probably no coming back. If I die again. Lily has a safety measure, but you know how things...
She just
go.
pulls you in for a hug, like immediately. Well, that's good that you're going to come back then. Of course, you'll be back.
I always try to. Just make sure the people here are safe.
She just keeps hugging you. It's like a death grip. I'll do what I can. You'll come back. You'll be fine. You can tell she's crying. She doesn't even know what's happening right now. She's still crying.
It's okay. Of course, Jeff will keep you company. Sure.
Is he staying behind?
No, he's gotta come with.
Then he's not gonna have to keep me company. You're gonna come home.
I will try to.
I know you will. I know you will. She still hugs you.
I know.
She's not letting go.
I just hug back.
Yeah. Two of you stand there for quite some time. Eventually, she lets go. The two of you separate. You say goodbye.
Can I stop crying, please?
And she says goodbye. But she doesn't say goodbye. She says, I'll see you soon.
See you soon.
And then, with that, you depart. And now you're all back together.
So, Oz, I know you met with Jergal. Did you find a way to approach from his realm?
In a way. So I got a new tattoo.
Nice.
That allows currently me access to his demi-plane, but some spells would need to happen for the rest of you to be able to gain access. Also, we would have to get matching tattoos.
I think he just means that we need to scribe it on.
Insight check.
Sure. Do you show the tattoo?
Yes.
Yeah, Lily, you recognize this almost immediately. This is a plane glyph. These are things that are used, like on cubic gates, for example. Cubic gates have one for each plane, and they are they basically count as an attuned item for that plane. So you know how to use that.
So would Eve. You just need to add it to the spell.
Yeah,
I'm not getting a tattoo for you. I'm sorry.
I'm pretty sure he distinctly said it only works if it's tattooed.
I'm not marking myself with his demi-plane. No offense.
Zuma's like already picking out a spot for it.
Right.
Between his two koi fish.
But before that, there's the matter of Luce.
Oh.
So,
Well, okay.
everyone that isn't Oz, I may or may not have trapped Luce inside of a demi-plane.
Interesting.
So I tried to purify him. I had to leave before I could see the results, so I am unsure of how that went. Although I guess I gotta ask. I guess I asked Saloon how that went.
The answer that you get is that it is impossible for her to see into that demi-plane.
That's fair.
That's good though.
Yes, that is. So I'm unsure of how that went, as Saloon can't see into it, who I asked to take care of it before I left. Which is good, because that means the Archfey that was possessing Luce also cannot see into it.
Love you.
Oh, love you too, boo.
Shut up.
I'm sorry, I had to.
But we need to deal with him before we go and do this.
So the way I see, we handle this, and then I will go and start the meeting while you guys go to Jergal's plane, and then you guys can surprise him if we're gonna have the best chance of doing this.
Shouldn't there be at least two of us starting it?
I don't think we particularly need that. I think. Let me check one thing real quick.
But how good are you at lying?
I'm not lying. You guys are gonna name me the speaker for the group.
Okay.
He's going. So the way I understand it is that you will sort of act as a representative. Because it would be suspicious if
we started a
all
meeting
but-
and no one were there.
or if all of us but one of us was there. So if just one of us is there acting as representative for all of us.
Just makes sense.
Oz,
Yes.
how suspicious do you think Kelemvor is of you?
I don't even know that he knows I exist. But I assume he knows who Jergal's champion is.
I think that's kind of clear because you got a letter. Or scroll, whatever the fuck you want to call this thing.
So we can assume he knows I exist.
If we want to play it safe, I can get you close.
Oh, I can get really close.
Out of character.
Hold on.
I am talking about the fact that we made that bond, and I can put you in a pocket dimension.
Yeah, I am. So I need to speak to Shonda Cool. My plan has further developed.
Oh my god. Jesus.
Okay. You just like, wait, hold up. I'll be right
Yeah, I'll be back. I gotta go.
back. Rapidly leaving the room, grabbing some of the special, the special stuff that you need to commune with Shondacle. You get super fucking high, and eventually you find Shondacle. He's currently tending to this little rock garden that he's got going, and when you pop up, he's just like, "Oh man, what's up, dude?"
Yo, dog, what up? I dab him up really quick.
Yeah. He's like, "Thanks, man."
Point of order.
Hmm?
Sorry.
Yeah.
I was
No,
just
go ahead.
No. It's not important. Continue.
All right. What's up, man? Why are you visiting?
I need a portal.
Oh. Need a portal, huh? What kind of portal? Give me some specifics. Give me the deets.
Uh-oh, did he die?
Oh no. Bye, Steven.
So
He's
what I was gonna
dead.
say while we're waiting for him to come back is, how do we know that Chandracool is actually a god and not just like Steven's like really involved, like
Right.
hallucination from drugs?
Who knows?
Has anyone ever
Discord
actually seen
can lick
Chandracool?
my entire butt.
Yeah, exactly.
Technically, we have, whenever we got our powers, Shondacool and
I know.
Jakul held hands.
I'm being a
I mean,
shitlord.
There's no proof that Shondacle even exists, but who knows? Anyway, what's up,
Could be a
Oz?
shared hallucination.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I need a portal that I can kind of like open up right above a certain individual without them knowing during a particular meeting that may or may not be happening in a few days.
You know, I think I know exactly what you need. All right, and I think it'll be there exactly when you need it.
Okay, but how do I get into it? Because
you just walk through, man. You'll know it when you see it.
You the dude.
Yeah, for sure, man. You just walk straight through it. You'll be right where you need to be.
So like this is
Sometimes-
gonna like drop me on top, right? Like it'll open above where I need it to be.
Yeah. It'll put you exactly where you need to be.
Got it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, no problem. Don't call me Dad. I'm bro.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Papa
Dad,
bro.
I like that. Yeah, that's a good one. All right, man.
Big bets.
Dude, pass that. he takes
Yeah,
another.
You good.
Your communion ends after an undefined amount of time. You're pretty sure you actually you kind of come out of it. It's been like 3 hours.
Fuck.
It's just too real.
So I have a legitimate question. Is Chandrakool really a deity within the Faerun universe?
Yes, he is. He is a deity from 3.5.
Is he actually described how we have him?
No, not at all.
No.
Okay.
Very much
sure.
no. Not
Just
the same
making
person,
sure.
even remotely.
Cool.
Listen, when Chandrakool was first brought up, I was like, let me just read what this guy's all about. And the first sentence of his wiki is like, freedom, individuality, and the rider of winds. And I was like, dude, this guy is high as fuck. Like, I didn't read anything else on the wiki article. I stopped there. I was like, I know who this guy is already.
He's
Cool.
the dude.
I just wanted to make sure
Yeah.
before I go talking to like other D&D players and be like, yeah, Chandrakool, he's like the best, man.
No. Chandrakool, I mean, he's not far off what this is. He's just not high all the time.
Yeah.
He is the deity
That's
of
our
travel.
creative liberty.
Yeah, exactly. He's the deity of travelers, exploration, caravans, and the wind, as well as mining and miners. He has the portfolio of portals and portal walking, and
Doorways.
which are doorways, yeah. And he carries around a great sword called the Sword of Shadows with him. He's known as the Helping Hands or the Rider of the Winds, and his alignment is chaotic neutral. Usually appears as an old bearded man wearing a traveler's cloak, and his kind of disposition doesn't say shit about his disposition.
High as fuck.
Yeah, pretty much high as fuck. Fun fact, Chandrakool and Saloon once had a romantic relationship together.
Wait, what?
I refer you to my previous statement.
What?
Just Odinborn, yeah,
Chandrakool and who?
exactly. Chandrakool and Saloon, Lily's mom. Not her actual mom, but her mom. Her other mom, not mom.
My mama,
God, mom.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moon mommy.
There was like a little animosity whenever there was the gathering. Like the breakup wasn't bad, but they're a little awkward around each other now. Anyway,
I needed to be very clear. I am very uncomfortable with what Steven just said.
So was I immediately after saying it.
sometimes we say the things that we regret before we know we'll regret them. All right, you've communed with Chandrakool. He assures you that it'll be there when you need it. Whatever the fuck that means.
Thanks, bro.
Thanks, bro. Yeah.
I gotta trust this dude. I gotta trust him.
Yeah, this is the ride or die moment. So, going
Ride
back
on the
to
winds or die moment.
exactly. Hey. Going back to the meeting, everybody's dispersed at this point, I imagine, but you can get together again relatively easily.
Lily's still waiting there.
Just like reading a book.
Yep, pretty much.
Garwin is sleeping in his shell, waiting.
You see the
I can imagine Eve is just like lazily. You've seen a cat where they've like laid both their arms and their legs off a couch, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of what Eve's doing on Shadow Scale.
Actually, Lily would be researching if she had a book within her collection, which I feel like she would.
Mm-hmm.
How to steal a soul from a body?
From a living body?
Yep.
Roll me an investigation check, please.
All right. Can I guidance myself?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, feels bad. Is this concentration? Hold on. Can I ask Eve for help?
What is Eve helping you with? Investigation or Arcana?
Investigation.
Yeah, I can help.
All right. Can I roll with advantage then?
Yeah.
Cool. 33.
33, yeah. To your knowledge and your collection's knowledge, there is only one way to strip the soul from a living body. And that is with a particular artifact which you do not possess. In order to obtain a soul otherwise, generally speaking, you gotta kill them.
What's the artifact?
There's an old artifact. I don't remember its name. Let me see. Is this it? I think it is. Hilariously, it is literally called the Stealer of Souls.
Oh.
Not exactly
Nice
a lot of not a lot of originality in this one. It is an artifact that needs to be attuned by a spellcaster, and it is a dagger. You can stab somebody and remove their soul from their body. Per the Soulgate spell. This is also not something that's found in 5e, but fuck it.
Okay. What about target underneath the Feign Death spell?
Feign Death doesn't kill them.
Knocks them unconscious.
Right, yeah, but unconscious is not dead.
Let's see. Appears dead to all outward inspections and to spells.
Yes.
Okay.
But there is a big difference to appears dead and is dead.
Okay.
The reason you can take a soul from a body that has passed on is because the soul physically leaves the body.
Okay. All right. Good enough.
Also need to roll this shit right here. Okay. All right. Cool. So what are you guys doing?
I guess they need to do their loose thing.
Yes.
Yes.
He was just lazily laying.
So here's the deal. We need Luce's soul.
More specifically, I need Luce's soul. I can't tell any of you why.
You never tell us why.
Yes, but I need you to trust me this time.
Yeah, says the person who sneaks behind people's back and does shit.
This time is
I have never
great.
snuck behind your... Yeah, no. I need you to trust me on this one.
Go do your thing, man.
You need his soul, you're gonna need someone with the ability to snatch it out of their body after death. Which I have that capability.
We don't have to kill him. His body is... His soul is already in a... What's the word? I don't know. It's one of Lily's big words.
What? Which one?
I don't know. The one where Luce's body is. Or his soul, or whatever. I'm not even sure if the two are in the same place right now.
A hallowed demiplane?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, okay. You know what? I'll tell you whatever you want to know going forward. Just not about this plan. This one's got to stay under wraps.
Oz, look at me. Does it need to
Yes.
stay under wraps?
Yes.
If you tell us, will it unravel or get one of us killed?
Potentially all of us.
Lily, do you need our help to get this done?
E. In a short amount of time, more than likely, yes.
Tell me what to do. Let's get this done.
All right. So
We
Lily,
need to more or less, since we don't have an artifact capable of removing his soul from his living body, I believe we more or less have to kill him and hopefully we can capture his soul before before the Archfey that has power over him is able to take it. This is assuming, of course, that he's even still there.
Also, in the soul itself needs to be put into my soul gem. That is very important to this plan.
Of which I can...
Eve moves her head to the other side of Snowflake and puts up Shadowskull, and puts up a hand. I trust none of this. But whatever.
You know what? You don't have to trust me, just go along with it.
That's what the whatever is for.
I knew I couldn't count on you, but let's go.
Oh, alright. I guess I open a teleportation circle to the Neverwinter Lyceum because Val has to open the demiplane.
We're
oh,
stepping
that's
on
right.
it. You,
Yeah. Going through it.
Hi-ho, Silver!
Wind up in the Lyceum and eventually go and find Val, who is doing Val stuff.
torturing little kids, calling it research. Yeah.
I don't think she's that bad.
Not exactly. No, it's not
We're really
torture.
splitting hairs.
It's not torture. She's just feeding them modified cake and seeing how they react to it. It's fine. They get
A few of
cake.
them are purple and blue, maybe red.
One of the kids is now like turning purple. Like
It's no different than
dark
what Willy
purple.
Wonka did.
I was gonna say this is
Yeah.
really Willy Wonka.
she's like and she's like waves her hand over the kid, and the kid stops turning purple and like it reverts. That one didn't work either.
I mean, she's like one of the most powerful wizards in like all of
She's
Torl. Like,
yeah. As after a while, just kind of observing, you get what she's doing. She's trying to create self-replenishing cake.
I don't.
It has gone
Okay.
poorly.
dark chocolate cake, mind you.
Yeah, it's like that velvet Black Forest stuff.
Ooh.
Ugh,
Oh,
just
Alright.
threw up in my mouth a little.
wow!
Mother, I need access to the demiplane.
She like jumps, didn't even realize you were there. Sure. Yes.
And while you're
Right away.
here, can I have that dagger, please?
Excuse me?
Oh,
His brother. And I pull out Darkwire.
Yeah, you can feel he's pulling right now. Is Darkwire good or evil today?
He's good.
Hey, look, she's got the other part of me. Whoa!
Did
I
she
mean-
not trade that?
She did.
Oh yeah, that's right. She
Traded it for the book
traded
on
it
City
to
Magic.
That's right. She traded it for the book on City Magic. Val doesn't have that anymore.
Yeah, but I was
Remember?
never told that.
Oh, but
And
you won't.
she
then,
knows.
Then Darkwire would feel that she doesn't have him anymore.
Where did he go?
I'm sorry.
his brother. I checked.
She
You
like
had
looks down
it.
to your dagger, looks up at you, looks down to your dagger, looks up at you. Lost him. Went for a swim, just disappeared.
Did he?
No idea.
Did she lose you?
Oh
if I
God,
remember-
that's right. He knows. He knows.
You just looked out.
It was
did she
good,
lose you?
Darkwire. Whenever she traded, no, not exactly. Fairly certain she sold me. To some small creepy gremlin thing with big yellow eyes.
Yeah, that
From the Midnight
bullshit's
Order.
not gonna lie.
From the Midnight Order. I forgot about that. That is an unintended consequence of the fucking rotational personalities. Yeah, she didn't lose me. She traded me to this small, strange gremlin thing from the Midnight Order. So I think the Midnight Order actually has, my other half.
Oh my god.
If it means anything, I got lots of good information out of it.
He just gives her a very flat, dead look.
I'll show you a trick later, after all this is over. So she does go and open up the demi-plane for you. And I think she has to create a teleportation circle for that, or is it a gate?
I don't know.
Fairly certain it's a gate. Oh no, it's just she casts demi-plane again. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. She just casts demi-plane. There's a door on the wall now that you can walk through. That's right. Do you walk through the door?
Am I gonna have to
Oz
shrink?
immediately steps through the door.
Just
Lily
jerk the
follows
door
him.
opens, takes a step. So Oz, I need you to roll me. What is the concentration? Or
If I'm not mistaken, let me find it. Hello, here it is.
Oh
God.
It is.
Yeah, it's a spell. It's a big spell.
You can also choose. All creatures that fall in the spell save for first time.
Charisma save.
Charisma saving throw.
Yep. Charisma save. Okay, yeah. Oz, roll me a charisma saving throw. Lily, you go ahead and do that as well. That is a failure.
Lily, am I
Can I
coming in on
use
this?
my 14?
You won't succeed anyway.
Never
Yeah, you
mind.
would still fail.
I'll save you that trouble right there. I do have advantage on magical spells and effects because Robes of the Archmagi, so I do succeed.
You do succeed. Okay, you do succeed. So you're not affected by the Hallow, which means you're not affected by the silence, correct or no? You are.
Yes.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
Oh, right, because the Hallow is what's silencing. Neat.
Yep.
Okay, so you are not affected by the silence. Oz, you can't make noise at all.
What else is new?
Groen, do you follow in behind directly?
Before they went in, I asked if Lily needed me to come in. Is this where she needed my help?
Yes.
Okay, then yes, I am coming in. I can't make the roll, so I have a -1 to charisma, so I'm not going to even roll for it.
Yep, gotcha.
Come along, Snowflake Jeff. I guess.
Well,
I mean,
aren't you proficient in charisma saving throws, or is Druid Dex and Wisdom?
Dex and Wisdom.
Are they really?
I have a negative. Here, I'll roll for it.
Okay. Wow. Huh. I thought druids were wisdom charisma. That's weird. All right. So, or wisdom intelligence rather.
Yeah, it's wisdom
Yeah.
intelligence.
Oh,
Gotcha.
as a note, I cast resistance on Eve before we enter.
Okay. And Eve following in behind. Go ahead and make your roll.
You get to add a D4 to it.
it's a charisma saving throw.
Yes.
I
Oh,
don't
well,
think
okay.
I need it.
anyway.
And then
Definitely a success.
Snowflake and Jeff need to.
They can't fit in here yet.
Okay.
So at this point, they're still standing outside the demi plane. All of you kind of rush into the door really quickly because you know that could be bad inside. And as you rush in, you see within this demi plane this very blank space that has been created over time. There is no loose. Instead, there is a tree. And it has filled this space completely to the point where it's actually, you don't have room for like shadow scale to even try to come in here. And just the 4 of you in here is quite a bit of stress already. This tree is not like other trees. It's got leaves, but the leaves are dirty and rotten. The vines that cover the tree almost look like flesh, and the tree's bark is this sickly green color. At its roots, which have spread out across, you see that the roots themselves have fangs across them. You've seen a tree like this before, long time ago.
Oh god, not one of those.
Fucker.
Oh god, close the door!
Wait.
It's
Lenara hasn't seen a tree like this.
That's
The rest of you have.
that thing spews toxic shit. Be very careful.
No, you're thinking of a different tree.
Which tree is the...
No. This is the tree that we fought in the fucking basement of that temple.
That's what I was thinking of. That's what I was
where
thinking
Oz
of.
first shoved alchemy fire into the fucking tree.
Not quite.
Wasn't
not
this
quite.
in Kundrakar?
No. This goes
This
further
is the
back than all
trees
that.
This is the trees outside of
Oh my god,
the,
no! In Oakhurst.
Okay. This
Oakhurst.
you all have seen this. Yeah, back in Oakhurst, under the Sunless Citadel. This is a
Yeah,
Gulthias
that's
tree.
what I was thinking of. That's not. What did I say?
You said it's the
Sunless
first fight tree. You said
The Gulthias tree is what it's called.
Yeah, the one blue dragonborn guy came out of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the one you fought in the temple was actually not a tree at all. That thing was like basically a mimic, but not.
Yeah, the one that Oz shoved his fist
Shoved a
into
grenade
and
into.
killed himself and Lily.
Yes, that was in the Temple of Chaos.
That was not Lily.
That was loose.
Yeah, that was Lily. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was I thinking of? We were camping out, and then we got set upon by a bunch of like little trees or something like that.
Oh, those were right before the Gulthias tree. Those were awakened trees.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was that badass fight.
Yeah.
The one with the white apples.
Protecting everything.
The white and red apples.
Mm-hmm.
I am not too pleased about something like this growing in my hallowed zone, so I'm going to cast Dispel Magic at 9th level.
9th level Dispel Magic?
Yeah.
Okay, you cast a 9th level Dispel Magic. What effect are you targeting?
The tree.
The spell flashes, and there is no effect.
All right.
Hey, can I do one of these little nature checks?
Sure. What are you trying to discern?
If it's a natural tree, after seeing her fail the check.
We know for a fact it's not natural.
It is not natural, but Gulthias trees are something that you learned about slightly long ago. They are typically associated with demonic or undead power, and they are heavily connected to vampirism. This is a vampire tree.
How?
Oh god. Does that mean we killed somebody that was in that tree that way back then?
Probably.
Possibly.
How did this get here?
That's actually probably loose. If I had to guess. Since you trapped loose here?
So,
Shut the door.
Yeah, I shut the door.
Oz
Also, I cast Telepathic Bond on everyone so we can talk.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
holds out his hand
Uh-huh.
and summons Hefe's revenge to him. Because the best thing to do with the tree is hit it with an axe.
Technically not always the truth, but yes, in this case, probably. Are you going to be attacking the Gulthias tree?
Oh god, yes.
Okay. Gulthias trees can't really fight back. And as you chop into it, it does bleed.
I'm chopping into it with the Sunblade axe side of the weapon.
Gotcha. It burns into it easily. There is bleeding, but it's almost it's like tree sap, but it's not. It's blood. And as you chop into it, you watch the kind of vines on the tree itself like pulse more rapidly, almost like the tree is panicking. But Gulthias trees are not mobile, and they don't have a good way of fighting back. And so you chop it, and all of you
I
watch.
want to chop into it until I see loose.
You're over halfway through it at this point. This thing's probably like several feet thick, and it takes you several minutes. Over halfway through it, you don't see loose.
I actually think you're legitimately chopping into him right now.
You do, however, as you're closing in, like on the trunk of the tree, and you're chopping, you stop because you're just exhausted at this point. Luce's sword.
Oz is a warforged and does not suffer from exhaustion.
That's fair. All right, yeah, you just keep chopping. I forget this sometimes. You do, while you're chopping, see Luce's sword on the ground. It's tangled in all the roots. Okay, you pick the sword up. Are you going to be my new wielder?
Where is Luce?
No. He's here. He hasn't talked in a long time, though.
Do I see the sheath for the weapon?
Yeah, it's sheathed.
Okay, good.
Yes, yeah. No, if it wasn't
important.
sheathed, that would have been a bad thing.
Yeah,
you know what this thing does when it's unsheathed.
Yeah, Oz threw it into a crowd of enemies.
I still think, as an aside, an out of character note, that Nightblood is one of the most interesting, like, non-character characters in anything I've ever read. Just like mind-blowingly, hilariously good.
I'm gonna cast Identify on the tree while Oz is chopping at it.
Okay, you like place a hand on it. This tree, the tree itself, this was loose at one point. It is not anymore.
So if we kill the tree, we can take his...
If it is no longer him, then where is he?
Well, you get what I mean.
Yeah.
This is loose, but it's also, not.
Is Luce's soul tied to this tree?
Yes, very much.
Okay. So, can I just take the soul from the tree?
Mm-mm. As you try to resist, just like a body would. The tree is alive.
We had to burn the last
or
one.
Undead, I guess. Oz is halfway finished chopping through it.
All right. Yeah. Let's. We're killing this thing. Yeah.
It's up to y'all.
Hold
where
on.
else? Wait.
So,
Oz can't speak because he's doing silence.
no, but he can talk to you guys telepathically now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Lily, can you extend the telepathic bond to the tree?
Possibly. I guess I extend the bond to the tree.
Huh. Gulthias trees are creatures.
Sure. Let's see.
Has to be
it
a
has
willing
to have an
creature.
intelligence. Yes, it does have to be willing, and it has to have an intelligence score of 2 or higher.
Definitely fits that criteria. You extend the bond to the tree, and immediately you just all hear screaming.
Okay, so maybe hitting it with an axe wasn't the best idea right out the gate.
I told you it was him. You didn't listen.
Do I ever?
Um,
Can we heal the tree? Can we heal the tree somehow?
Give me a second. Okay. For a moment, the screaming stops, and you just finish it.
Does it sound anything like loose?
A little bit.
Cool. Okay, Oz drops
Sounds like
his
Loose
axe.
having his leg hacked off, but it sounds like Loose.
Yeah, okay. Nope. Oz drops his axe and puts his hand on the tree.
Okay.
I am sorry. I did everything that I could to save you. I can kill you now, but I need your help right now.
There's just agony coming through, and again, you get finish it.
Oz, do you want me to heal it, or at least try?
Oh, Lily, did you heal it?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Groen, you would not be able to because you are silenced.
Yeah.
And heal has a vocal component.
Yeah. You have to actually be able to speak to cast it.
Yep.
Actually, no.
Oh,
You
yeah,
don't.
he ignores
He's an
it.
Archdruid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to provide those. Never mind. He
So-
can do that shit.
God, that's fucking dope.
Right? I know. It's so good. Best capstone in the game.
This is why you hold the fuck out.
Yeah. Best fucking capstone in the game. Hands down. Just Archdruid beast spells. Nobody gives a fuck anymore.
Bar none.
Yeah. Yes.
So that's 140 points of healing.
That's 140 points of healing. That is more than I think half of Luce's health. So yeah, we'll call that good. The tree rapidly begins to knit back together. You watch these like strands of sinew almost form back. Yeah, it's super gross to watch. It's like a bad Resident Evil movie, which is like most of them. And then the bar.
You take that back. Those movies are great for what they are.
Oh, I agree, but they're also bad at the same
For
time.
what they are.
They're
Sharknado.
well, they're not quite Sharknado level. Sharknado is we've entered
Is
like
anything.
deific status. But anyway, so the tree does reform, and the agony ceases. Just a sigh of relief, and then you hear him speak.
It has been a long road.
It's not over yet.
I'm so tired. But I have work to do.
We have work to do.
Can you get me out of this?
Sure as hell gonna try. Cutting you out didn't work, so. Oh, come on, that was funny. You're not even gonna laugh at that? I know you're.
No,
a
that
hate,
hurt.
That was funny.
You literally caused him a lot
I
of
think-
agony, idiot.
I think I have to die. I don't know
can't
of any
do
other
this
way.
next part without you.
Do you have a way to retrieve me, to resurrect me afterwards?
I can get the soul.
Yeah, we can take your soul, and I'm not really sure about your body.
Like when you say that, there is, you know what, somebody is really just like not okay with something, and like they're just, you can feel it by their body language. There's like the mental equivalent of that for a moment.
The tree kind of slumps.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we could. It wouldn't be your body, but you're gonna share some space with me for a while.
That sounds absolutely horrible, Oz.
For you,
In general.
I'll do what I need to. I have been twisted by Fenriel's machinations. Fenriel is not what it seems. It is something more, something worse.
So not Notchfey?
No.
What is it then?
I'm not sure. I know that it's connected to that monk.
Oh, fuck, right!
Right, find the monk killer. Got it. We can do that.
God.
She was working closely with me, but she knew that I was under his spell.
Damn it!
Vengeance is something I specialize in. Get me out and get me to her.
Okay, that part might have to wait because we need to do my thing first because it's kind of on a timetable.
Whatever it takes. But when I'm done with her, she will be begging for death.
Yeah.
We'll make sure to get your sword back to you.
Fuck, what was his name?
She has something that belongs to me too. Because, I mean, guys, what's a god of death without a scythe, right?
You gave her that scythe ages ago.
Oh, you're gonna take back that scythe now. Well, I see how it is.
I had forgotten about that.
I'm going to take back that scythe, and Luce and I are going to use it to kill her.
Make sure
Perfect.
make sure her soul doesn't get back to the individual that she's working
Fuck!
with.
He wasn't an archfey. He was
Yeah,
Naya.
yeah, that.
It was Nyarlathotep,
She
whatever the
has
fuck his name
mentioned
was, right?
him many times.
That. Yeah.
Nyarlathotep.
Yeah, that was it. Okay, not Naya.
Why did Oz remember that?
I don't know. Whoa.
Oh yeah, Oz still has his mask on.
Okay.
He put it on at the end of the last session.
Yeah. Just hasn't come off. It's just staying there.
It's his war paint.
I forgot. Fuck.
Get me out of here. And I'll help you with whatever you need.
So this is gonna hurt. You're aware of that.
Do it.
Can I take a willing soul from its body?
No.
Damn it. Alright, well,
No.
I tried.
There is one way, but it involves Jergal.
Why does it involve Jergal?
Because Jergal has a potion, and when you drink it, your soul enters his realm outside of your body. Might be able to
Oh.
do something with that.
Oz dabs.
Remember to let me have the last hit on him,
Um,
and I can trap
That's-
his soul within the gem on my dagger.
That's not how it works. Soul Cage can be cast even if you didn't
Okay.
hurt the person.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can capture his
So-
soul before it gets away.
Before we start this, I'm gonna tell you now, I'm sorry, because it's really gonna hurt, and it's kind of crowded inside of my head.
Whatever
He's
you
not
have to do.
joking.
So Oz pulls Hefe's revenge back out and activates his Rite of the Flame.
Oh god. He almost feels nervous for a second.
You should turn off the bond.
Okay.
He pulls out a disintegration scroll.
Oof.
This is gonna hurt a
How?
lot less.
Wide was this room? I guess like 50 feet or something
It's
like
30
that.
by
right?
30.
30 by 30?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I guess I'll also cast a 7th level fireball on the other side of the room.
Okay. Yeah, just roll me damage. See how fast you can make it. It's a tree. It's not exactly gonna avoid any of your damage.
1 second.
All right. Roll me that disintegrate. That's a history check.
That was probably an accident because it lagged.
Oh, okay. And then Oz, roll me your attacks. Just roll damage for them. They all hit.
I am also flame on.
Jesus. You guys might kill him in 6 seconds. There's so much damage here. Holy crap, the sneak attack damage. Nice. -4, is 10.
Why not? I'll throw a withering
Yeah,
touch
so-
on it.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so easily, it would take you 2 rounds, but he doesn't have much left at all. So within literally 9 seconds, you watch the tree just shudder, buckle, and collapse in on itself. So yeah, it was basically 1 round. He had 250 health. You guys left him with 55 at the end of that round, and then by next round he's gone. So,
Eh. And would cast Soul Cage.
God, yes. 20th level fucking characters do so much damage. Oh, that's such a good fucking song for that.
It's very nice and peaceful for me, to be perfectly honest.
It's so good. Anyway, yeah. And so you cast Soul Cage. As you all watch this kind of glowing bead of blue energy form in the air and then travel over to Eve, and it's kind of floating in front of Eve right now.
I guess I go and attach it to, or begin the process of putting it in Oz's soul gem.
Okay. You've done something similar to this several times at this point, so you're kind of familiar with the process. And it does take you a few moments, but just roll me an Arcana check. Also, note, souls have like a strength to them, like a frequency almost. Some of them are weaker than others. Some of them are very brilliant and bright. It's hard to even look at Luce's soul with how bright it is.
Okay.
We're gonna have some more company.
What? Excuse me.
Just one.
Can I guidance myself?
Oh, I'll be sure to make room. Yeah, you can guidance yourself.
Okay.
Good enough.
23.
As you feel a strange weight on you, and as Luce enters the soul gem, Oz has emotions. They are strong sometimes. There is a fury that enters you that you have never felt anything like before, not even when raging. It is a different kind of anger. This is the cold, calculating, neutron star anger that just fills you.
Oh no.
Oz holds on to Luce's sword, looks at the party, and says, "Let's go to work."
Okay.
So, does Oz himself feel this emotion?
He does. He
Oh,
does.
no.
Yeah. It's not
You
like
would-
all-consuming. It's not controlling, but
I
it is.
believe
It
you
is a.
feel emotions from Oz, so you'd probably feel that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you do. You definitely do. And it is hard to describe that level of anger. It's not something you can really use words to describe. And that is the only thing that Luce seems to be feeling, is just hatred.
Really shudders.
Oh, this is a familiar feeling.
Yeah, not far off. You look at the party and you say, let's go to work. So, it is midnight. Do you guys want to call it here, or do you want to keep going?
Let me see.
This next part is a lot, so it's up to y'all.
We'd probably be going until 2 if it's a lot.
Yeah.
So, I leave it up to you guys. My mother is passed out.
I don't have anything going on, so I can keep going.
It's up to y'all.
I'm gonna be honest. I would love to, but I think I'm gonna be
That's
reaching
fine.
the end of my tether soon.
This next portion, it's hard to interrupt this next portion, and I think it's gonna last like a
Yeah.
good 2 hours. So that's why I'm
Yeah,
asking.
Also, "Let's go to work" is a really good ending line.
Oh yeah, it
so-
is. It's
yeah,
perfect.
yeah.
Perfect. I am gonna ask, do you guys want to play next week?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I don't have
Okay.
anything else going on.
Okay. So we will play next week, and you can go and confront Kelemvor if you decide.